stop, whatever you are doing right now. Not in a few seconds, not when you reach a stopping point, right now. Because what is unfolding in the unseen realm above your life at this very moment is not something that can wait for convenience. Archangel Michael, the captain of heaven's armies, the one who stands closer to the throne of God than any other messenger of light, has pressed through every barrier between the eternal and the natural to reach you today. Not someone like you. Not people who struggle the way you struggle or carry what you carry. You. The one reading these words at this precise second. He pressed through for you specifically. Do you feel that stirring in your chest that you cannot explain? That trembling at the edge of your spirit that arrived the moment these words began landing in your mind? That is not emotion alone. That is recognition. Your spirit has heard Michael's voice before, in the deepest silences of your longest nights, in the suspended moments between sleep and waking when something vast and protective seemed to hold you without touching you, in those hours when you were convinced you were falling, and then somehow found yourself still standing. That was him. That has always been him. And today, he is done whispering. Heaven does not send its highest messenger with a gentle suggestion. When Michael moves with urgency, when his voice carries the kind of weight that shakes the atmosphere of a human life, it means something of enormous consequence is at stake. And what is at stake right now, beloved child, is something that has been under threat for longer than you know. Something that the darkness has been trying to destroy since before you drew your first breath. Something that God placed inside you before the world ever knew your name, before your parents dreamed of you, before the very soil of your existence was shaped into what it became. And the 7 archangels who have been standing guard over that something, those warriors of light who have never left their posts around your life, regardless of how dark the seasons grew or how loud the storms became. They are calling to you through every word of this message with a desperation born not from weakness, but from love. A love so fierce and so protecting that it has cost them everything. Because they have been in a battle for your life that you never fully saw. They have been standing in dimensions you cannot enter, absorbing strikes aimed at your destiny, deflecting darkness that would have reached you if they had stepped aside even once. They never stepped aside. Not once. Listen, my dear one. I need you to understand something before we go any further. This message is not random content that found you by chance. The idea that you stumbled across this, that the algorithm of some human platform delivered this to you by accident, is a lie the enemy would love for you to believe. Because if you believe this is coincidence, you will not receive it at the depth that heaven is trying to pour it. This is an appointment. This moment, these words, your eyes on this screen at this hour, all of it was arranged by a God who does not leave details to chance. When he is moving towards someone, he has chosen. And he has chosen you. He chose you before the foundations of the earth. He has been working toward this moment since before you had a name. What does it mean that you are chosen? It means that before the darkness had a chance to write the story of your life with pain and limitation, God had already written a different story. It means that every door the enemy has tried to close permanently has a key that God forged before the door was ever locked. It means that the seed he planted in you before your birth, the specific purpose and destiny and generational assignment that carries your name on it in the books of heaven, cannot be killed by anything the enemy throws at it, so long as you are willing to receive the truth about who you are. The 7 archangels know what you carry. They see it when they look at you in a way that human eyes cannot. They see through the surface of your life into the depths of what God deposited there before time began. They see the seed, and they see how brightly it glows even now, after every storm that has tried to extinguish it. And when they saw the nature of the darkness that was sent to destroy it, they made a unanimous decision. They chose you, without hesitation, without calculation of the cost. They placed themselves between you and the destruction that was coming, and they absorbed what was meant for you, so that the seed could remain, so that the destiny could survive, so that this day could arrive and find you still standing. But standing is not enough anymore, beloved. God is calling you forward. He is asking you to move from surviving to inhabiting, from enduring to receiving, from barely making it through to walking boldly into the fullness of everything that was already written over your name before the world began. And that call, that divine summons forward, begins with understanding the truth of the battle that has been happening around you and the extraordinary sacrifice that has been made on your behalf. Do you know what it means when the archangels bear wounds in the unseen? It means they walked into fire, so you didn't have to. It means they stood in the path of arrows sent with your name carved into their tips. Arrows dipped in the darkness of generational curses and spiritual warfare that the enemy believed would finally be enough to break what God was building in you. Those arrows never reached you. Not because your life has been painless, because we both know it has not, but because the worst of what was sent to utterly destroy your destiny was intercepted by the 7 who chose to stand. Can you feel the weight of that, beloved? Can you let it truly land inside you, rather than pass over you like information? Heaven's elite warriors, the ones who stand in the presence of God, who move at His command with absolute authority, chose to step between you and annihilation because they knew the value of what you carry. What does that tell you about yourself? What does that tell you about the assignment God has on your life? Receive this truth right now. You are not ordinary. You have never been ordinary. The ordinary do not require extraordinary protection. The powerless are not assigned an army. The ones who carry nothing worth fighting for do not attract the kind of warfare that has followed your life from the beginning. Every attack, every storm, every moment of seemingly inexplicable suffering has been the evidence of what the darkness was trying to reach. And it was trying to reach the seed God planted in you. Because that seed, if it ever fully grows and blooms and bears fruit, changes not only your life, but the lives of everyone connected to you, and the generations that will come after you, and the communities that will be touched by what you become when you finally walk in the fullness of who you were created to be. Now let me tell you about the specific nature of what has been fought over in your life. Because the enemy was not attacking you randomly. He was attacking with knowledge. He knew from the very beginning, because darkness can see into the spiritual realm in ways that the human eye cannot, that you were one of the ones God had assigned a specific authority to. An authority over your family line. An authority over the atmosphere of your home. An authority to speak declarations that break things that have resisted prayer for decades. an authority to walk into rooms and change what everyone in that room begins to feel. Not because of personality or charisma, but because of the presence that rests on a chosen one who has finally stepped into their identity. That is what darkness has been trying to destroy since before you remember. Not your comfort, not your possessions, your authority. Because if you ever fully activate in it, if you ever stand up in the full awareness of what God placed in you and speak with the conviction of someone who knows they are carrying heaven's backing, then generational chains break. Then, ancient curses that have operated in your bloodline for longer than anyone living can remember crack like glass under the weight of your obedience. Then the miracles that have been held in heaven's treasury, specifically reserved and labeled with your name, finally begin to pour into your life and through your life into the lives of everyone around you. This is why the storms have been so powerful. This is why the attacks have felt personal, because they were personal. The enemy was not waging a general war in your direction. He was executing a specific strategy designed for the specific person God created you to be. He knew your weaknesses. He knew your wounds. He knew the lies that you would be most likely to believe about yourself. And he has been systematically investing in those lies throughout your life in hopes that one of them would take deep enough root that you would never rise. But here is what he did not account for. He did not account for the 7 archangels who were assigned to your life with instructions from God himself. Do not let this one fall before their time. Do not let the darkness steal what I have planted. Guard this one, not because they are perfect, not because they have never doubted or stumbled or turned away in moments of pain, but because I chose them, and my choice is irrevocable. Stand between them and what would erase them. Hold the line. They have been holding the line, beloved, through every storm you survived, through every season when the darkness pressed in from every side and you could not find a single door of escape, through every night that seemed like it would never give way to morning, through every relationship that broke and every dream that seemed to die, through every moment when the enemy brought his full strategy against you, and it still was not enough to finish what God had started in you. The archangels held the line, and now their strength has been poured out in your defense to the point of near exhaustion. Not because the battle was too great for them, but because the darkness has been relentless, because the assault has been prolonged, because they have been absorbing blow after blow that was intended for the seed God placed in you. And they are asking through this message, through Michael's urgent voice, pressing through every dimension, to reach you, for you to finally see what has been happening, to finally understand the cost of what they have carried, to finally rise into the knowledge of who you are, so that your faith can do what it was designed to do. Because when you rise, beloved, the spiritual dynamic shifts. When you move from doubt into declaration, when you step from confusion about your identity into certainty about what God placed inside you, the power that flows from you into the unseen is not small. It is not modest. It moves through the spiritual realm like a surge of light through a darkened corridor. It reaches the archangels. It strengthens them. It begins to close the wounds that they have sustained in your defense. Your faith heals them. Your believe restores them. Your yes is their revival. This is the mystery of heaven that God wants you to understand today. You and the angels are connected in something that goes beyond what most people ever realize. Their strength is tied to your obedience in this season. Their restoration is linked to your willingness to receive what heaven has been trying to pour into you. And their full strength being restored means the spiritual covering over your life intensifies to a level you have not experienced before. This is not separate threads. This is one divine design. Pause. Right now, beloved, because before we go deeper into what heaven is releasing through this message, I am asking you, in the name of the God who sent it, to stop and share this video. Think of 3 people right now whose faces are coming to your mind. People who are fighting something they cannot explain. People who have been in storms that seem to have no end. People who have grown quiet lately in a way that tells you something inside them is losing hope. Those people are who this message was also written for. You are holding something they need. Send this to them now. Post it in your WhatsApp groups. Share it in your Facebook family pages and prayer circles. Drop it in every group chat that you belong to. Because the same God who arranged for you to find this message, arranged for you to be the one who carries it to the 3 people He has placed on your heart in this moment. Share now, then keep reading, because what is still ahead in this message will change everything. Now let me continue revealing what God has been building toward in your life. There is something I need you to see about the specific pattern of the storms you have endured. Because when you look at your own history with new eyes, the eyes of someone who now understands the warfare that has surrounded their destiny, you begin to see something that looks completely different from the way it appeared when you were in the middle of it. The attacks did not come at random moments. They came at the moments when something was about to open for you. When you were on the edge of a breakthrough, something crashed. When a relationship was forming that would have strengthened your walk forward, something entered to destroy it. When provision was preparing to arrive, something blocked the passage. Do you see the pattern now? The enemy never attacks people who are moving in the wrong direction. He has no reason to invest in stopping what is already headed away from its destiny. He reserves his most concentrated strategy for the ones who are moving toward something, for the ones who are approaching the moment when the seed inside them will finally break ground and begin to rise, for the ones whose breakthrough would shift not just their own life, but something in the spiritual landscape around them. That is who he attacks, and that is who you are. Think back to your most difficult season. Think about the most impossible situation you faced, the one that left you wondering if you would even survive it. Not just physically, but in your spirit. The one that tried to take the last remaining thread of hope and snap it. Do you remember what happened? You survived. Somehow, through means you cannot fully explain. Even now, you made it through what should have ended you. And you have wondered since then, how? How did I get through that? This is how. The 7 archangels stepped into the path of what was meant to finish you. They absorbed what would have been the final blow. And when you survived, what should not have been survivable. It was not because of luck or coincidence or the strength of your personality. It was because God commanded his warriors to hold what he had chosen, to keep the seed alive, to guard the destiny until the day when the one who carries it would finally understand what they were holding. and choose to rise into it. That day is today. That moment is this one. The very reason you are still here, still breathing, still reading these words, is because heaven refused to let you be extinguished before arriving at this revelation. Michael held the line so that these words could reach you. The 7 archangels absorbed the blows so that your spirit would still be soft enough to receive this truth when it came. And it has come, and you are receiving it. Now I want to tell you about the seed one more time, because the fuller picture of it is what Michael most desperately wants you to carry away from this message. You know about seeds in the natural. You know that a small, unremarkable thing can carry inside it the encoded capacity for a massive tree, for fruit that feeds hundreds, for roots that reach deeper than any storm can uproot, for canopy that provides shelter for others who were not even there when the seed was planted. You know that the potential of what the seed becomes is not visible in the seed itself, not to human eyes, but heaven sees the seed, and heaven knows what is encoded in yours. Nations are in there, beloved. Yes, nations. Not as a metaphor, as a literal spiritual reality. The ripple of who you become and what you release into the world through your obedience travels through your children and your grandchildren, and the people whose lives you touch, and the people whose lives they touch. It moves forward through time in ways that your human mind cannot track, but that God's omniscience holds in perfect detail. He planted a seed in you that was never intended to produce a harvest only large enough for your own life. He planted in you something that was meant to overflow, and the enemy has always known it. That is why the attacks have been so disproportionate to the circumstances of your daily life. You look at a storm and think, why is this so massive for something that seems so ordinary? Because what is at stake is not ordinary. The enemy is not fighting you over your ordinary days. He is fighting you over your extraordinary destiny. He is fighting you over the seed that, if released and grown and harvested, will change things he does not want changed, will break things he has invested centuries in building, will release people he intended to keep imprisoned. You carrying your seed to fruition is his worst nightmare. But your seed is not his to claim. It never was. And today, with Michael's voice pressing through every layer between heaven and earth to reach your ears, that seed is being called forth, being called into activation, being called into the season of its breakthrough. And nothing the enemy has attempted, nothing the darkness has thrown, nothing the storms have carried against you can stop it now. Because you stayed, because you opened, because you are here. Subscribe to this channel right now if you have not already. The letters from Archangel. Michael Channel is releasing these messages because Michael's words are not meant to remain in heaven when there are people on earth who need them urgently. This channel is a vessel for daily divine revelation, targeted at people who are chosen, who are called, who are in the middle of a battle they do not fully understand and need heaven's perspective to navigate. Click the subscribe button and turn on your notifications now. Do not miss what is being prepared for you here. Let me speak to you now about what Michael needs you to understand regarding the weight of this present moment. Because there is a specific urgency in what he is communicating that goes beyond the spiritual warfare we have been discussing. There is a divine clock moving in heaven that does not operate on human time. There are windows that open and windows that close. There are seasons when the hand of God is extended in a specific direction, and seasons when that particular extension shifts. And what Michael is communicating with such fierce urgency is this: the window that is open over your life right now is extraordinary. What God is prepared to pour out in this season, for you specifically, in the immediate ahead of your life, is something that has been reserved and prepared and held in perfect readiness. But the window does not stay open indefinitely. Hear this, beloved. Every time you have been on the edge of receiving a breakthrough and something in you pulled back, every time you stood at the threshold of a divine moment and chose hesitation over action, a window moved. Not closed completely. God's grace is patient beyond human understanding. But delayed obedience still has a cost, and that cost is measured not in punishment, but in moments that did not unfold at the depth they could have. Today, Michael is making sure you understand that this is not one of those moments to pull back from. This is not a moment to file away and come back to later when you feel more ready. This is the moment, the one you have been moving toward through everything you have survived. Your spiritual identity is the hinge of this moment. If you understand who you are, if you receive what heaven has always known about you, if you stop filtering the truth of your divine assignment through the lens of your most painful experiences, then what God releases through you in this season will be beyond what you have dared to ask for. But if the enemy's lies about your identity still have a grip on the way you see yourself, if the voice that says you are too broken or too ordinary or too far behind still speaks louder than the voice of heaven, then even the greatest outpouring cannot be fully received by a vessel that is not opened. Open, beloved. This is what Michael is asking. Not perfection, not a history without mistakes, not a spirit without scars, just openness, just the willingness to say, God, I do not fully understand everything you are saying, but I am willing, I am available. Whatever you have placed inside me, I give you permission to bring it forth. Whatever you have prepared for this season, I will not hide from it in fear. Whatever the seed of my destiny requires me to become, I am choosing today to begin that becoming. That willingness, expressed in the privacy of your spirit, right now, as these words land in you, is already being received in heaven. Michael can feel it. The 7 archangels can feel it. And what happens next in the unseen realm around your life as a result of that openness is something that the natural world is going to have to respond to eventually. Because heaven always overflows into the earth when a chosen vessel says yes with a genuine heart. Beloved child, I need to speak to the pain that you have carried quietly, the pain that you have not told everyone about, the specific kind of loneliness that comes not from being alone, but from being surrounded by people who do not see what heaven sees when it looks at you, who do not understand why you carry what you carry, or why the battles around your life have been so intense, or why the cost of your calling has seemed so high. That quiet pain, the pain of feeling unseen in the very area where you are most deeply chosen, is something Michael is addressing directly right now. Heaven sees you completely, specifically. In the places where you feel most invisible, heaven's sight is most fixed on you. In the areas where you feel most misunderstood, heaven holds the complete understanding. In the moments when you wonder if anyone truly knows what you have been through, what it has cost you, what it has taken to keep going through what you have kept going through. Michael knows. He has been standing witness to every single moment of it, not as a passive observer, as a protector who was in it with you even when you could not feel him. And today, he is asking you to receive something that you may not have fully allowed yourself to receive before. He is asking you to receive worth, not the conditional worth that the world assigns based on what you produce or what you have achieved or how successfully you have navigated the obstacles in your path, but the unconditional, irreversible, eternally settled worth that comes from being chosen by God before the foundation of the earth. The worth that says, your life matters not because of what you do, but because of what God declared over you before you existed. Let that rest in you now. Breathe it in. Let it move through the layers of the lie that the enemy has been working for years to build around your understanding of your own value. You are worth the sacrifice of 7 archangels. You are worth Michael's tireless vigil. You are worth God's most urgent and intentional communication, breaking through every barrier to reach you today. That is what you are worth. And it is time for you to begin living from that truth rather than from the lesser, incomplete, enemy-authored story that has been operating in its place. Now, in this moment, as your spirit is opening and the truth of your divine identity is breaking through the surface of what the enemy has built over it, Michael wants to reveal something to you that exists specifically for people in the position you are in right now. People who carry great destinies and are finally beginning to understand what they are holding. People who need a daily encounter with heaven that reinforces who they are and keeps them armored against the darkness that does not stop simply because a revelation has arrived. This is Elovens, and what I'm about to tell you is going to feel like the very reason God arranged for you to find this message today. Elovens is a premium daily audio prayer experience designed for people of faith who carry real battles and real callings and need something more than occasional church attendance to sustain the spiritual weight of what God has placed on them. Each episode is 1 hour of carefully crafted prayer, scripture, prophetic declaration, healing intercession, and spiritual warfare guidance woven together into a journey that speaks directly to your specific season of life. 1 episode per day, every morning, taken like a daily dose of medicine. Not 2, not 10 on the weekend to catch up. 1, every morning. Because the sacred daily rhythm is what builds the spiritual foundation that cannot be shaken when the storms return. Season 2, Episode 3 has just been released today on Elovens.com. And as you read this right now, men and women across the United States, across Canada, across the United Kingdom, and Australia are already listening to it. They are already under the covering of today's prayer. They are already receiving the specific declarations built for this season, for this moment, for the exact kind of battle we have been discussing in this message. And there are still 311 seats remaining this month out of the 333 angelic monthly seats available. That counter is moving right now. Someone just claimed a spot while you were reading this sentence. The link to secure your seat is in the description below this video. It is also pinned in the first comment. Click it now. Do not finish the message first. Click it now and then come back. Listen to what Catherine from Nashville shared in the Elovens community just recently. She wrote, "I had been in a spiritual fog for almost 2 years. I was going through the motions of faith, but feeling nothing, and the guilt of that feeling made it worse. A friend sent me a video from this channel, and I found Elevens. I joined on a Sunday night and began episode 1 the following Monday morning. By day 8, something shifted. I cannot explain what changed, but the fog lifted. I woke up that morning, and I felt God's presence in a way I had not felt it in years. By day 16, I received a call from a family member I had not spoken to in 3 years. She said she did not know why, but she felt she needed to call me. That reconciliation has changed our entire family. I am now 3 weeks into season 2, and I cannot start my morning without it. This is the real thing. Catherine's story is your possibility. The link to join her is in the description below and pinned in the comments section. Click it now. The price of Elovens is the final thing I need you to hear before we continue. The regular monthly price for Elovens is $100. But today, because you found this channel, letters from Archangel Michael, because God arranged for this specific encounter, the price of your monthly membership is $19.99, 80% off the standard price. This is not a promotional gimmick. It is a divine window. Because once 1,000 total members worldwide have claimed their place in the Elovian community, the special price closes permanently. Everyone who comes after pays $100. 2 locks, beloved. 333 monthly seats and the 1,000-member global threshold. Both are moving. Both are closing. The link is in the description. It is pinned in the comment section. This is the moment. Now I want to take you deeper into what God is about to release in your life, because the revelation we have been moving through is building towards something specific, something tangible, something that you are going to begin to experience in the natural realm as a direct result of what is happening right now in the unseen. Heaven does not pour into a human life without it producing evidence. And the evidence that is about to show up in your circumstances is going to be undeniable. The doors that have been closed in your life are not accidents of circumstance. They have been strategically sealed. The enemy knows what is on the other side of those doors for you. What relationships, what opportunities, what provision, what destiny-aligning connections have been waiting there for the person you were created to be. And he has been working to convince you that those doors will never open, that the season for them has passed, that you waited too long or tried too hard or were simply not the kind of person for whom those kinds of doors open. Those are lies. Every single one of them is a lie. Beloved, the preparation season is completing. The archangels can see the shift from where they stand. Michael can feel the readiness that has been built into you through everything you endured. And what comes next is not more preparation. What comes next is the harvest, the opening of the sealed doors, the release of the provision that has been held in trust, the arrival of the relationships that were always meant to be part of your story, but that could not enter until you were ready. Share this message right now with the people in your circles who need what you are receiving. Open your WhatsApp. Post it in your Facebook groups. Send it to your prayer partners. Share it with at least 3 people whose faces are coming to your mind right now, because they are not coming to your mind by accident. Michael placed their faces there because they need this word today. And when you carry a divine word to someone who is struggling, you become heaven's messenger in that moment. And God does not forget his messengers. He returns what you give away, multiplied and transformed. Share right now. Let me speak now to the specific areas of your life that have been under the most concentrated attack, because the enemy does not attack randomly, and understanding the specific targets of his strategy reveals to you exactly where God's greatest provision is prepared to flow. Your finances have been in a battle. You have felt the ceiling, the invisible limit on what seems available to you, the way that money arrives and then leaves before it can settle, the way provision appears to be just beyond reach, no matter how hard you work or how diligently you plan. This is not a natural problem with a purely natural solution. This is a spiritual constraint that has been operating against the financial inheritance God has assigned to your life. And today, in this moment, that constraint is being addressed from the level where it was imposed. Your health has been in a battle. The body carries the weight of spiritual warfare in ways that medical science is only beginning to acknowledge. Chronic symptoms that resist treatment. Persistent heaviness that never quite resolves. Areas of your physical existence that seem locked in limitation despite every natural effort. These things are not random. They are the fingerprints of spiritual attacks that the archangels have been absorbing the worst of, but that have still been finding edges where they could land. And today, the protection covering you is intensifying in those exact areas. But hear this: God is a restorer, not a general restorer who occasionally fixes what is broken. An active, intentional, specific restorer who moves on behalf of chosen people when the season of the harvest arrives. He does not restore to partial functionality. He restores to a fullness that exceeds what existed before the attack. He restores the years that were taken. He restores the relationships that were fractured, either by healing them or by replacing them with divine connections that carry more alignment and more covenant strength than what existed before. He restores the financial flow that was blocked. He restores the health that was compromised. He restores the peace that anxiety stole and the joy that grief carried away. Before I tell you what God is moving toward specifically in the next chapter of your life, I need you to do something one more time. Share this message right now with at least 3 people you know who are in the middle of something they cannot break free from on their own. Put it in your WhatsApp. Post it in your Facebook community groups. Share it in your prayer circles. Send it in your family chats. Because there is a prophetic warning embedded in this divine sharing mandate. Those who hold a word from heaven to themselves, those who receive something meant to flow through them and allow it to stop at them instead, block the full measure of what God is trying to move in their direction. The blessing of this message is designed to flow, not to be hoarded. Share it now. 3 people, minimum. This is not optional. This is divine instruction. Share and then come back, because what follows next is the most powerful portion of what heaven is releasing through this encounter. Now I need to return to Elovins one more time, because God will not let me move past this without ensuring you understand the urgency of the moment. You've been reading about what heaven is preparing to release into your life. You have received the truth about the archangel's sacrifice and the protection they have maintained over your destiny. You have received the revelation of the seed inside you and the restoration that is moving in your direction. All of it is real. All of it is true. All of it is available to you. But beloved, what you receive is only as deep as the daily spiritual foundation that supports the receiving. You cannot sustain a breakthrough without a covering. You cannot walk into the fullness of what heaven has been preparing for you without a daily encounter that keeps you anchored in who you are when the enemy tries to reintroduce the lies. You need a spiritual practice that matches the weight of what God is about to pour. And that is exactly what Elevens provides. Season 2, Episode 3 is live on elevens.com right now. People who are already Elovians woke up this morning and listened to that episode before they began their day. They are walking through their day, covered, armored, spiritually fed, and aligned with the specific declarations that were built for this exact season. And you are not yet among them. As you read this, the 311 remaining monthly seats are moving. The 1,000 global member threshold that permanently closes the $19.99 price is moving. Every minute of delay is a minute someone else is moving ahead of you toward what is available. Hear what David from Sacramento told us. My business had been losing clients for 6 months. I had cut everything I could cut, and I still could not stop the bleeding. A man at my church mentioned this channel, and I found Elevens. I prayed about it for 3 days, which in retrospect feels like 3 days I will never get back. And then I joined. On day 11 of my first Elevens season, I received a call from a company in a completely different industry that had somehow come across my work. They offered me a contract that was larger than my entire previous quarter's revenue. I am not exaggerating. It covered everything I had lost, and then some. I have been an Elovian since, and the momentum has not stopped. David stopped delaying, and heaven started moving. The link is in the description below this video. It is pinned in the comment section. Click it now. Do not let one more episode pass without your covering being in place. Now let me speak to you about what Michael sees when he looks at your future. Because there is something about divine perspective that is entirely different from the perspective available to human eyes operating from within the constraints of time. Michael does not look at your life from inside the current moment. He sees it from a vantage point that encompasses what was, what is, and what is coming. And what he sees and what is coming for you, beloved, is the reason his urgency in this message is so fierce. And seeing all of that, knowing all of that, he is communicating it to you today through this message because he needs you to understand what is coming so that you will recognize it when it arrives rather than dismissing it as coincidence or attributing it to luck. When the door swings open, Michael wants you to know it was God. When the provision arrives unexpectedly, he wants you to see the hand of heaven in it. When the relationship appears that carries the specific energy of divine alignment, he wants you to receive it with open hands and open heart rather than the guarded skepticism that past wounds have taught you. When you speak like that, when you align your declarations with what heaven has already written over your name, the spiritual atmosphere around your life shifts. Things that were blocked begin to move. Things that were delayed begin to accelerate. The angels who are recovering their strength because of your faith feel the shift and they rise a little more. Their wings catch a little more light. Their swords burn a little brighter. Because your declarations are not just words. They are spiritual forces that move things in the unseen that then produce effects in the seen. Subscribe to this channel, Letters from Archangel Michael, if you have not done so. Because what we have covered in this message is not the beginning and end of what heaven is releasing through this channel. There are messages already prepared and waiting that will take you deeper into the revelation of who you are and what God is moving in your life. There are words being released here that are specifically ordered by Michael for this specific season of the lives of the people who carry what you carry. Subscribe and turn on your notifications. Do not leave this channel behind. I am going to ask you something that I need you to answer honestly, not to me, but to yourself and to the God who already knows. Is your daily spiritual life as fortified as it needs to be to walk through what is coming? Not to survive the storms, because you have already demonstrated you can survive storms, but to thrive in the open season that God is releasing, to receive the blessing without being overwhelmed by it, to walk through doors that have never been opened before with the confidence and wisdom and spiritual covering that those new rooms require? If the honest answer is no, if you know that your daily encounter with heaven is not at the level the next chapter of your life demands, then what I am about to say is the most important thing in this entire message. There is a daily prayer covering available to you right now that was specifically designed for people standing at exactly the threshold you are standing at. It is 11's, and today is the day to claim your seat. Season 2, Episode 3 is waiting for you right now on 11's.com. The people who are already listening to it today are building something daily that you have not yet begun to build. They are not better people than you. They are not more chosen. They simply moved when God showed them this door. They stopped calculating and started acting. And the result is a daily spiritual foundation that is supporting them through exactly the kind of breakthrough season that God is preparing for you. There are 311 seats remaining this month. The number 333, which is the monthly capacity, is the angelic number, and it is not available to everyone. Only those who respond when the door is shown to them. The $19.99 monthly price, compared to the standard $100, is a divine grace window that closes when the 1,000 global member threshold is reached. Both numbers are moving simultaneously, the seats and the total member count. The link is in the description below this video. It is pinned in the comment section. Click it now. This is the third time you have heard this in this message. Each time you heard it and did not act, someone else moved closer to the seat that could have been yours. Click the link. Eleanor from Birmingham, Alabama shared this. I had a tumor diagnosis that my doctor said required immediate surgery. I was terrified. My sister sent me this channel and I started listening. I found Elevens and joined the same night, scared but certain that I needed to do something different spiritually. I listened to my daily episode every morning at 5 a.m. before anyone else in the house was awake. On my follow-up scan before the scheduled surgery date, my doctor called me into her office and told me she needed to show me something on the screen. The mass had reduced by 60%. She used words I will never forget. She said she could not medically explain what she was seeing. I can. I know exactly what happened. The link is in the description. If you have been putting this off, stop putting it off. Eleanor's miracle is God's signature. The link is in the description and pinned in the comment section. Claim your seat now. And now, beloved, as we approach the final and most powerful declaration of this message, I want you to feel the atmosphere that has been building around you as you have stayed and opened and received. Feel the weight of what heaven has been pouring in. Feel the shift in the spiritual environment around your life. The archangels can feel it from their position. Michael can feel it. And what he is feeling is the beginning of your restoration. The first movement of what has been held still for too long, finally beginning to flow in your direction. Section_Bridge Echo. Bridge to E4 written. And now, beloved child of the Most High God, let me close this encounter with a declaration over your life. The battle that has surrounded you from your beginning has not succeeded in destroying what God placed in you. The storms that came to erase your name from the story of heaven's purpose were unable to do what they were sent to do. The 7 archangels who stood guard over your destiny did not stand in vain. And today, in this moment, as you receive the truth that heaven has been fighting to deliver to you, everything shifts. The angels are rising. Michael is standing at his full stature, his sword blazing with the fire of divine purpose, his voice ringing through the heavens with a declaration that has your name in it. The wounds that were sustained in your defense are closing in proportion to the faith you have released through staying and receiving and opening. The seed inside you is cracking, not breaking, but opening, breaking through the surface of what has been held down for too long, reaching toward the light of the season that God has been preparing. And what bursts forth from that seed, beloved, is going to leave even you astonished, not because you deserved it more than anyone else, but because God is faithful to every word He has ever spoken over a life. He does not abandon what He has chosen. He does not forget what He has sealed with purpose. He does not lose track of the seed He planted in the soil of a human life and entrusted to the protection of His archangels. He watches it. He tends it. He calls forth the season for its blooming. And today, He is calling forth yours. Walk forward into this next chapter, beloved. Walk forward knowing what you carry. Walk forward knowing who stands with you and behind you and around you. Walk forward knowing that the darkness that has opposed you is already defeated in the realm where it matters most. Walk forward as the chosen one that you have always been, that the angels have always known you were, that God declared you before the world began. Your story is not ending. It is only just now beginning to be told in the way it was always meant to be told. In power, in breakthrough, in the fullness of divine purpose pouring through a human life that said yes when heaven asked. This is the final time I am speaking to you about elevens in this message. And I am speaking with every ounce of the authority that Michael has given me to convey. If you have been sitting on this decision through every invitation in this message, I am asking you now to move. Not out of pressure, but out of alignment with what God has been saying to you since the very first words of this message. He arranged for this encounter. He held this message in place until you found it. He did not do all of that so that you would reach the end and leave unchanged. He did it so that you would walk out of this moment with a daily spiritual foundation in place that will sustain everything He is about to pour into your life. Season 2, Episode 3 is live on elevens.com, right now. Today's episode is there, waiting, built for the exact spiritual season you are entering. The 311 remaining seats this month are fewer than they were when this message began. The path to the 1,000-member global cap that closes the special price forever is shorter, and the call of heaven to act is louder in this moment than it has been at any point in what you have been reading. George from Detroit shared this in the Elevens community. I am 71 years old. I have been a Christian my entire adult life. I have prayed. I have believed. I have fought through things that would have broken people without faith. But I want to be honest with you. The last few years have been the hardest of my life. Loss, health issues, financial strain, family trouble. I started to wonder if God had forgotten my address. My granddaughter found this channel and showed me the video. I found Elevens, and I joined that same evening. Today, I am on day 22 of season 2, and I want to tell you something. I feel God again, not as a concept I believe in, but as a presence I experience every single morning. The situation has not fully resolved yet, but I am different, and when I am different, everything around me starts to change. Join Elevens. The link is in the description. Do not wait as long as I did. George's testimony is God's invitation to you. The link is in the description below this video. It is pinned in the comment section. This is your moment. Click it now. Your seat is being held by the same God who held back the darkness from your destiny all these years. Honor His faithfulness with yours. Claim your seat. Father God, I invite you to speak through me right now to the one who has stayed for every word of this message. I receive today what you have always known about me. I receive the truth that I was chosen before time began, and that nothing the enemy has attempted against my life has succeeded in removing that choosing. I declare that the seed you planted in me before my birth is breaking through. I declare that the doors of my destiny are opening. I declare that the provision, the healing, the restored relationships, and the peace that you have prepared for this season of my life are arriving now. I declare that the chains that have operated in my bloodline are broken in the name of Jesus. I declare that the 7 archangels who have stood in my defense are rising to their full strength because of the faith I am releasing in this moment. And I declare that from this day forward, I walk in the truth of who I am, chosen, covered, called, carried, and unstoppable in the hands of the God who created me for exactly this season. In Jesus' name, amen. Now, beloved, this message is complete, but its work in the world is not complete unless it flows through you. Share this video right now. Find 3 people, at least 3, and send this to them today. Put it in every WhatsApp group you belong to. Post it to your Facebook page and your Facebook groups and your community pages. Send it in every prayer chain you are part of. Drop it in your family, group chats. Because every person who receives this and stays until the end receives what you have received. And when heaven moves through you to reach them, the river of blessing does not just pass through you, it multiplies in you. This is the final divine decree of this message. Share, send, spread. The messenger of heaven's word carries heaven's reward. And the reward of your obedience in this moment is already being measured out in the throne room, where God records every act of faith. Share this now. You are the deliverer for someone who has been waiting for this.